Nicole, it's me. You got my message, didn't you? Please reply. I went through all the trouble to send you this message. Who are you? I don't think I know you. Don't lie to me. I'm your only blood-related younger sister. I cut ties with you 8 years ago, so I don't have a younger sister anymore. How dare you text me out of the blue? You were the one who ruined my life. Don't talk like that. I didn't mean to ruin your life. Huh? Stop blabbering nonsense. You said that I took all the money out of your savings account and spent it all. That's why I ended up getting kicked out of the house. I didn't spend any of your money. Our parents were furious because they believed everything you told them. That's because I'm a good person. Of course our parents trust me. You've been a failure since you were a little girl. I don't need you to tell me that. I laughed when our parents kicked you out of the house. You're still saying nothing but trashy things. Mom and Dad are mine. I can't have you here. Well, it's in the past, so I don't care. I don't have anything to do with you guys anymore. I don't even want to think about it. By the way, I heard you're married and own your own company. You live in a luxurious house built by a house builder, right? Huh? I heard the company has several employees and number of sales is booming. How do you know that? Well, we live in the same country, so it's easy for me to get some information. What's your life like these days? It's none of your business. You have nothing to do with me. That's a very cold thing to say. I went to the trouble of remembering you and texted you. You don't need to remember me. Wipe me out of your memory. I can't do that because you're my only sister. As usual, I don't know what you're thinking. Will you leave me alone? I'm a stranger to you now, so stay away from me. Wait a minute! Esther, you need to explain to me. Oh, hi, Nicole. I can't believe you contacted me. Judas suddenly asked for a divorce. I had no idea why, but when I asked him, he said he's going to remarry you. What the hell does that mean? I don't think I need to explain that to you. I'm beautiful, aren't I? I went to see Judas and told him that I'm your sister. He instantly fell in love with me. Men are so simple. I said, no, because he's your husband. But he said that I'm the woman of his dreams. No matter what I said, I couldn't refuse. When I realized, looks like he has asked you for a divorce. What kind of person are you? How far do you have to go to trample on people's lives? Well, I don't need a husband who fell for someone like you anyway. Don't be rude. It's not my fault that he chose me instead. Of course you made him choose you. Just like that time. I was kicked out of the house out of the blue. I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I have to go through all of this? It's your destiny, isn't it? No, it isn't. It's because you're harassing me in every way you can. Let me tell you something. Even if I'm the one who initiated it, Judas fell in love with me. That means you're not attractive enough to him. Huh? You aren't attractive as a woman. Or maybe it's also because you couldn't fulfill your duties as a housewife. You made Judas think it was okay for him to leave you. It's not my entire fault. How dare you say that? You've lost the battle with me, Nicole. I'm sorry about that. Your husband, your house, everything is mine now. You heartless woman. I'll never forgive you. So what? I heard you are managing a design office. That's none of your business. I don't have to tell you anything about that. Don't get involved in my business. Don't be so cold. Why don't you at least talk to me about your business? For your information, I work for a housing company. Since Judas also works for a house builder, we get along well. We started out by talking about our jobs. What a bunch of unimportant information. I don't want to hear anything about you and Judas. I'm interested in your job. What? I'll take your company away from you. What the hell is that? Are you still trying to take something from me? Why do you keep doing that? You're taking everything from me. It's because I hate you. Ever since I was born, I was depressed by your presence. I didn't want you to come into my sight. Your presence annoys me. That's why I decided to take away all of your precious things you have in life. You're a devil, aren't you? You're not even my younger sister. I don't want a family member that tries to ruin my own happiness. I lost my family 8 years ago. That's what I think. I still think of you as my elder sister. So I'm going to take everything away from you. You've taken away my parents, husband, and got me kicked out of our family's house. Don't you think it's enough? I have nothing more to lose, so you can go enjoy your life. I wish that would happen. As you know, I have a hard time being satisfied. How are you, Nicole? Do you still want something from me? There's nothing I want to talk to you about. I have some good news. What is it? I heard that Judas's parents co-signed for your company. Now that they are strangers to you, they said they won't be your co-signer anymore. What? That's going to be a problem for you, isn't it? What are you going to do? What do you think I'm going to do? How much longer are you going to torment me? How much more do you have to take something from me until you feel satisfied? I told you, didn't I? I'm the kind of person who can't get enough. But I also understand how my parents-in-law feel. There's nothing more annoying than co-signing a loan for someone else. If something were to happen to your company, it would be a huge loss. You're really mean, aren't you? I don't think I'm being mean. I think I'm just doing what I should. But I negotiated with them. What kind of negotiation? I told them that if you let me own the company, you get to keep it. You have employees, right? If you keep the company, you can compensate them for their future lives. I'm being nice to you. How nasty. I'm Judas's wife. Isn't it natural to think of my parents-in-law first? That's enough. I'll give you everything. You can take it all away from me. Really? You don't mind at all? I wonder why you give it away so openly. Isn't that company valuable to you? I can't negotiate with you, because I can't have a proper conversation with you. That's why I'm giving up the company. That's my sister. You know what you're talking about. I'm sure my in-laws and Judas will be very happy. Now you have nothing more to deal with me, right? You're right. I'm quite satisfied. I'm sure you are. Well then, I'm stepping down after all the formalities are done. Pick up the phone, Nicole. Hey, explain to me. What's going on? You need to explain to me. I just got fired from my job. It's because you did something behind my back, isn't it? What the hell did you do? I didn't do anything. Then how did my boss know about your design firm? Oh, the housing company you work for was a client of mine. I used to design houses for them. Huh? You never said anything about that. I didn't have to tell you that, did I? It's up to me who I do business with. The representative of the design firm was named after you. So the client asked me about what was going on. What? That's why I told him everything. And he was surprised to hear that you're such a terrible person. No kidding! And then he did a lot of research on you. Research? Yeah. You're late for work without reason. You don't apologize for the trouble you caused to other employees. You keep looking at your phone while you're working, without a care in the world. Then, you leave exactly at the end of the workday, forcing others to do all the overtime on your behalf. I heard your work attitude was terrible. That's not true. That's definitely a lie. I'm sure that there's an employee who tried to bring me down. But I heard that one of the executive directors was ordered to investigate. He wouldn't report a lie, would he? The president was very surprised. He said he can't believe that you and I are sisters. Well, I don't think we're sisters anyway. Oh no! And I heard your company doesn't allow side jobs. Your work attitude is a mess, and your behavior is just insane. They were disappointed when they found out that you can do whatever you want to people, including your own family member. They said that they don't want an insane employee who can't even follow the company rules. Did the president really say that? You're my sister and you didn't stand up for me? You could have said something to defend me. I tried to do that. I told them that you're an insane sister with nasty behaviors, but they should allow you to continue working with them if they don't mind. No way! Did you say that? I can't believe it. You have no right to say that words. You took everything away from me. I told you I'd never forgive you. You're a real jerk, Nicole. How dare you? Anyway, since it seems that the president is friends with the managing director of the house builder Judas is working at, the president told his friend that Judas betrayed me, got married to you, and in the end, you're destroying the company you took away from me. Huh? That has nothing to do with Judas. I thought so too, but the president insisted on telling his friend. You can't just turn him down, can you? He's upset and claimed that Judas, who doesn't have the proper attitude to be a member of society, can't work as a salesman for a house builder. The president said that? I must agree with him. With his insane way of thinking, it's hard to say that Judas won't betray the customers. If that happens, the company will suffer a major blow of loss. I think it's reasonable to take measures before that happens. Do you think you can just get away with that? Fine. Even if the company fires me, I still have a design firm. I have the company that I took from you. About that, when I quit representing the company, the other designers got suspicious. They all complained to me that they wanted to quit the firm. I think their resignation letters should have been sent out to you. What did you say? I don't know anything about that. Because I was the president in name only, and I left all the work to the employees. What kind of president are you? How can you run a company like that? A company president just sits there and signs the documents, right? I don't have to go to the office every day. Do you think the company presidents of the world are stupid? A company president is in charge of the entire company. You can't be so naive. The president has to greet clients and make many trips outside the office. It's necessary to attend meetings and conferences too. Seriously? How could you try to run a company without knowing that? I'm stunned at how naive you are. Isn't the company president supposed to be someone who has a lot of spare time? Of course not. Because you're like that, I've been inundated with calls from clients. As a result, I've been asked to take over all the work you've been doing at the company. What company? I'm sure I took your company. Well, that's why I had to start my own new design firm on short notice. No one would co-sign for someone like you, right? You know what? The president of the company you work for trusted me very much. He said he would co-sign for my design firm. He also said that he wants me to come up with a lot of good designs in the future. The president said that to you? But he fired me. That's because I have a different track record than you, who slacked off a lot. I've always been diligent and polite, no matter who I'm dealing with. I've given the best I could to the housing companies I do business with. I've done good work and earned their trust over the years. You're a pompous prick. I don't need you to boss me around like that. I'm not trying to boss you around. I'm just saying that if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you can see the essence of a person. That's the most important part of company relationships. And that's the part you're lacking the most. You really piss me off. And you know what? Now that they have known what kind of person you are, all of the employees at your design company are going to move to my new firm. You gotta be kidding me. I'm their employer. I won't let them do anything they want to. But it's your fault because you didn't show up at the office. That has nothing to do with it. Don't you know? Know what? As a general rule, a worker is allowed to resign by giving the company 2 weeks' notice. 2 weeks have already passed. What? You don't even know about the deadline because you never show up at the office. That's a lie. So you're saying I'm the only employee in that office? That's what I'm saying. You're taking away one company's employee. Stop fooling around. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not you. I didn't take anyone away from you. Every employee moves here of their own volition. I never asked any of them to do anything like that. You took all my jobs away from me. I can't allow that. Do you finally understand how I feel? Huh? How I felt when you took everything from me? I was in the depths of despair when my own family members were taken away from me. But I knew I had to live on my own. I was so determined. I studied so hard and became a designer. I don't know anything about that. It's what you wanted to do, right? Later, through work, I met Judas, who worked for a house builder. But you took him away from me too. Don't get me wrong, I don't need him anymore. That's because you weren't attractive enough, so he divorced you. It's not my fault, so you shouldn't blame me. And about the design company? I felt that if I didn't do anything, you would take everything away from me. So I approached the president of the housing company you work for, because he's the person I trusted the most in the business. That's not fair. And the rest is as I told you. Maybe they'll take some kind of action against your co-conspirator, Judas. Wait a minute. This has nothing to do with Judas. Judas is involved in this. He betrayed me, cheated with my own sister, and got remarried. Because of that, I lost my co-signer. Then what's going to happen to Judas? I don't know. Demotion, I guess. I wonder what kind of punishment the company will give him. You really are a terrible woman. That's my line. Think about what you've done so far. Anyway, you and Judas will have nothing to do with me from now on, so don't contact me anymore. Nicole, pick up the phone, please. Nicole! What? I told you not to call me anymore, didn't I? Judas got demoted. I see. I have no income at all. I have a house payment and my in-laws need money for their living expenses. Well, you were fired from the housing company, and the company you took from me will receive no order from clients. Can you please ask the president of the company to reinstate me? Please? Why would I do that? Because you're my sister, right? I'm in trouble, so help me. You're the woman who stole my husband from me and kicked me out of the house. You're not my sister. I told you to stay out of this. Don't be so cold. You have to help me. If you can't get me back at the housing company, hire me at your company. I'll do whatever you want. Are you kidding me? I'd rather quit my job than hire you. If I can't pay my mortgage, my family will be evicted. Do something about it. I was kicked out of that house once for an unreasonable reason. I think you should feel the same way I do. My in-laws are there too. I can't lose my house. I don't care. You and our parents made me hit rock bottom. Why should I help you guys? Find someone else. You're the only one I can ask to do this. You have to save our family. We've lived as a family before, haven't we? What? I don't understand. How can you say such a thing after you took everything from me? I'm not going to help you. I don't even want to talk to you, so I'm blocking you for today. Nicole, don't be so cold. Please, I don't know what to do. Help me. Why don't you and your lousy family members talk to each other? There must be some way to solve the problem. Please don't ever depend on me again. Oh no! After that, Esther and her family couldn't afford to pay the mortgage on their house. So they had no choice but to sell their luxurious house built by a house builder. But Esther still had to support their in-laws. Judas is still sitting in his office, feeling ashamed of himself. Esther also works from morning till night to support the family. But because of her parents-in-law's habit of extravagance, her life is not getting any easier. I hope she can experience the humiliation I have been subjected to so far. I'm sure I won't have to deal with it anymore. My newly launched company is finally up and running. The president of the housing company where my sister used to work approached our affiliated companies. Work is expanding for my new company, So we are planning to recruit new employees in the near future. I'm a little anxious because things are going so well, but I'm determined to do the best I can. And if I meet a good person someday, I would like to fall in love again.